Do you think you've been showing your love for your cat the right way? Maybe not. Cats don't care for flowery words or excessive cuddling. Just a few small gestures each day are enough to make your cat see you as its most beloved servant. 1. Talking to the cat in a baby voice. One morning, the man walked into the living room and saw his cat sitting on the windowsill looking out with an extremely serious expression as if contemplating the world's big issues. He bent down and immediately switched to his familiar mode, "Hi, my little ball of fluff." His voice suddenly became higher, softer, and a little silly. If anyone heard it, he would probably be a little embarrassed. But the funny thing is, the cat immediately turned its head. Its ears perked up, its eyes widened, and it slowly walked closer. Actually, cats recognize their owner's voice, especially when we use a gentle voice like we're talking to a baby. For a cat, it's like a familiar signal. This person is talking to me. So, throughout the morning, the man kept murmuring to the cat as if they were housemates. The cat might not understand every word, but it understands one thing for sure. This person is speaking to it gently. 2. The cat's secret. Slow blink. That afternoon, the man was sitting in his chair when he suddenly noticed the cat sitting opposite him, staring intently at him, not blinking, not moving, just staring. A stare that made him wonder, did I forget to feed it? Or is it planning to take over this house? Then, unexpectedly, the cat slowly closed its eyes. Slowly. Then opened them again. The man was bewildered for a few seconds. Then he remembered something interesting that cat owners often know. It wasn't sleepiness. It was the famous slow blink of a cat. So he tried it. He looked at the cat, then blinked very slowly. 1 second, 2 seconds. The cat immediately blinked again. That moment was like the two had just exchanged a little secret. In the language of cats, a slow blink means I trust you. You are not a threat. And from that moment on, the cat seemed to look at the man with completely different eyes. The eyes of a creature that had just decided this person was quite suitable to live with. 3. The extremely serious hunting game. One evening, the man decided to play with his cat using a small feather fishing rod. At first, he just shook the toy in front of it, thinking the cat would immediately jump in, but the cat just sat there, looking at him with an expression that said, "What are you doing? Is this a game?" After a few seconds of slightly awkward silence, the man tried another approach. He pulled the toy behind the table leg, then suddenly pulled it out like a little mouse. Immediately, the cat crouched low, its eyes wide, its tail wagging slightly. Its whole body transformed into an extremely serious little hunter. 3, 2, 1, launch. The cat leaped into the air, trying to catch its prey. The man chuckled at its absolute concentration. For cats, playing wasn't just entertainment, it was a real hunt. And the one controlling the prey was its hunting partner. 4. Just sitting next to him. In the afternoon, the man sat down on the sofa, opened his phone, and began scrolling through the news. Across the room, the cat lay on a small chair by the window, pretending not to care about his presence. The man didn't call, it didn't coax it with food, didn't even try to pet it. He just sat there. A few minutes passed. The cat opened one eye and glanced over. He's still there. A few more minutes passed. It got up, stepped down from the chair, and walked around the room as if checking for security. Finally, it jumped onto the sofa and lay down, exactly 20 centimeters away from the man. He still did nothing. The cat sighed softly, then curled up and fell asleep. In the world of cats, sharing the same quiet space is incredibly important. They don't need cuddling like dogs, just your presence. And most importantly, you don't disturb them. For cats, it's almost like saying, we're a team. 5. The cat style handshake. One day, a man walked into a room and found his cat sitting in the middle of the floor like a little boss inspecting its territory. As usual, he was about to immediately lean down and pet it, but then remembered something important. Instead of pouncing on the cat as before, he held out a finger. The cat tilted its head, moved closer, and sniffed his finger seriously as if checking a passport. A few seconds later, it unexpectedly rubbed its cheek against his hand. That's the signal cats use to say, "Okay, you're approved." The man chuckled and then gently stroked its head. In the world of cats, every encounter begins with scent. 2 close cats will touch noses before doing anything else. So when you offer your hand to a cat to sniff first, you're performing something very important in their language, a cat-style handshake. And for the cat, that means this person understands the rules. Don't wake His Majesty. One evening, the man walked through the living room and saw the cat curled up asleep on the sofa. It looked so adorable that he paused for a few seconds. Its tiny paws were curled up its tail, wrapped around its body, and its face was as peaceful as if it were dreaming of a world full of canned fish. He stood there thinking, should I pick it up and give it a hug? He certainly had done so before. But this time, he just smiled, gently, shook his head, and quietly walked past. Because cats sleep a lot, and when they sleep soundly, they are completely relaxed. That's when they are most vulnerable. If a cat is sleeping right in the middle of the room in front of you, it means it truly believes that place is safe. Waking it up just because it's too cute can startle the cat and make it lose its guard. So the man decided to do the hardest thing a cat owner can do. Nothing at all. And the cat slept soundly, completely unaware that it had just been treated with the respect due to a resting emperor. 7. The magical spot on the cat's head. Late at night, the cat approached the man and jumped onto the sofa as if it had just finished a very hard day's work, though in reality it only slept 8 and slept again. The man reached out to pet it as usual, but this time he remembered a special spot on the cat's body. He gently placed his finger between the cat's ears, just behind its head, and stroked slowly. Immediately, a miracle happened. The cat's eyes slowly closed, its body relaxed. The purring became deeper and more resonant, like a small engine just starting up. This is an area cats cannot groom themselves, so in nature, only extremely close cats groom each other there. For cats, this action is like a signal. You belong to the family. The man continued to stroke gently while the cat lay still, enjoying itself like a little king being served. And perhaps it was thinking something very simple in its head. This person does a decent job. Maybe I can keep them as an employee.